Live, have fun interacting with the viewers in real time. Creators must be 18 or older to go live. Viewers must be 18 or older to recharge and send gifts. Remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community double standards. We are not notifying viewers that you're live. We hate you. You're an atheist. It's Sunday. We want to make America Christian again. You shall be assimilated. Logic is futile. We are Christian. You shall be assimilated. Your unique spiritual distinctiveness shall be added to the collective, the cult collective. Bohemian, what's up? Good morning. We're already live on the tube too. Got us up here. We are simulcasting as always on the YouTube. Jim is with us. Good morning, Lucy. Here's one for you. Oh, yes, right. So we got another fake. I don't know. The conspiracy theorists, are probably having a ball with this morning. But if you're not skeptical, to me, you're not paying attention. It's every time he gets a chance, something else. Presidents never go to this thing. This president shows up. Ooh, suddenly there's violence afoot. Wow. What are the chances? It kills me. The dude will do anything to take try to take people's mind off of his shitty fucking presidency, where he doesn't keeps becoming increasingly clear that he really doesn't care about anything. Doesn't care about his party. Doesn't care about anybody's chances of taking it over and doing a good job afterwards. Doesn't care about you. Doesn't care about your friends. Doesn't care about your hillbilly uncle in Missouri, and certainly doesn't care about the country. I give you a fucking break. The guy's nearly dead, and he knows it. He wants to think that his name's on everything, and that people say, "Well, he's the guy who got us Greenland." Ooh, fucking idiot! Literally the biggest piece of shit. And why it kills me about why the news? And welcome on YouTube, Lucy. I saw you over there, baby. Why the fucking pretending? Why all the fucking I don't know what I was gonna say. The guy's fucking the most unpopular president in history, and he can't fucking stop himself from trying to divert people's eyes away from the train wreck. He's increasingly swears, right? They think people are like increasingly calling for the fucking dude's head. But I don't know. When is Congress gonna just fucking stand up and fucking do something about this fucking idiot? It's a fucking embarrassment. How do you want it? This insistence on fucking making people Christian when no one wants it anymore, right? It's like this is what they've been leading it up to, and they can see there's not fucking cards on the table for this, but they have to play their hands. Like, here it is, ew, Christian nationalism. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants church. Nobody wants Christianity. It's a pluralistic society now. I'm really going to think about doing a video where I go over president by president and break down all of their political beliefs, because I don't understand why that's not reported on more. I guess they've eroded education to the point where nobody really learns that anymore. We learned it. Even the ones today, the Bushes of the world. I think W is the only one who calls himself an evangelical or a born again, right? These other people they have a denomination, right? But even Trump says he's a Presbyterian. That's what they all were. If they weren't a deist in the day, they were all a mainline Protestant. They weren't Catholic. Nobody even heard of a born again Christian back then. They didn't know what that was. It wasn't a thing. None of the founders, they would have looked at Billy Graham and been like, what? Shut the fuck up. But the thing is, Christian nationalism, not Christian, not American. It's not either of those things, right? The Bible mandates that Christians stay out of government. Give to Caesar what's Caesar and deal with your fucking spiritual realm, and don't fucking worry about being involved in the government. So it's not Christian. B, it's not American. America is about freedom of religion. In fact, anybody can practice religion, and the government will make no laws. So it's just wrong on multiple levels. Hi from Montana, Nikki Baker. What's up? Soft G, Roberto Ocampo. Yo conozco muchos Ocampos, Roberto. ¿Cómo andas, my friend? The Shy Sox are with us. Welcome to the White Sox. You guys win a game yet this year? Hey, Nikki. Felix, double X. When are you going to get that third X, Felix? I feel like you ought to be Felix, triple X. Felix, triple X. Yeah. It's like less people are Christian, but the ones that are left are more funny. Yeah, that's exactly what happens, right? Whatever's left of Christianity in America has been distilled into these mega churches of stupidity, where people just go sign on. I'm part of this band, meaning, group of people, and I'm not part of that other fucking group. And the theology doesn't matter. It's about hating the same people that the other people around you hate. Ask any of these people about the actual philosophy behind Christianity, and they'll choke like Trump did. They'll just, make some. Oh, there's so many. I can't pick a favorite Bible verse. And he read, maybe read from the Bible. It's like, you know what? I should be more upset about this fucking incursions of religion, but everybody knows it's wrong. Everybody. Keg's breath comes out and fucking blames the war and justifies the war with religion, violence. The Schmatzy Barbie comes out and purposely shoves her cross and her religion. Did you hear us praying? Oh, we're such good people. While she hates out of the other side of her face. What's up? Too much ado. Happy skipping cult crap day. Lester the Blazer. What's up, Lester? We're blazing around here always. Uh-oh, where'd I leave my blaze? We don't use those words though because it gets us in trouble. Yeah. Get it kicked right off if they see that suspicious cloud in the air. Too bad that you don't get suspicious of the cloud of dyed goo that's on fucking Trump's head. What the fuck? When are we going to get a president with good hair? That's really what I'm after. When are we going to get a president with who knows how to get a fucking haircut? Shady Pants has terrible hair. What for a guy with hair? Looks like a bowling ball that fucking got bit by a werewolf. Fucking Shady Pants, fucking pig. And why do the news continue to call him Mr. President and President Trump? If I was on the news, I'd be like, the national pig did this today. He doesn't respect the office enough to be given the respect of the office. Obama is a handsome man. yeah, Obama, good looking. But see, when was that going to stop being a metric, right? It didn't used to be. You look at the old fuckers, even the ones before photographs. Some ugly motherfuckers in the day, man. But it didn't matter because they weren't in your face. The most, you might have got a photograph of some of the earlier ones after a certain point, but at some point you were on the frontier. You didn't really know what George Washington looked like, unless you happen to get somewhere where there's a painting of him or a portrait, or newspapers didn't have photos and shit in the day. You got news of the guy. You heard stories. He's tall. He's handsome. He's strong. James Madison was 5'1" and 90 pounds or some shit. It's nuts how little he was. He was tiny. Could have never got elected. No one's electing the tiny people. No one's electing like bald, short, obese folks. Oh, excuse me, people with obesity. Can't call people fat anymore. They're people with fatness. Fatness afflicted. So probably get me kicked off of here, but you know what? This is what makes me want to run as a Republican and take back the country from the lunatic left too. If it wasn't for the fact that the left actually cares about people and is not trying to destroy them, they'd be just as bad as the Republicans, the Republicans, who are just evil, literally minions of Satan. But yeah, thinking about running as a Republican around here from an independent standpoint, because you don't have a choice, right? If I could start a purple party like this and go, I would go. Look, I even got a purple back scratcher. How about that? Ooh, those are nice. I can really rake some back with this bad boy. And then it's a Zen garden rake too. Everything, but it is purple. Scratchy head right now. But yeah, you start a purple party, I would do that in 2 seconds. But of course, it's all like you just can't up and do that. You gotta play by the rules, which are now loaded to favor people with money and PACs and people who already have that train in motion. So all needs to be reformed in a ridiculous way. JD Vance looks like a wannabe emo. God, I wish. How much better would JD Vance be if he was actually emo? No. Fluffernutter and an apple. I like you dipping the apple in the fluffernutter. Once in a while, I crave a fluffernutter sandwich. I gotta be honest with you. Peanut butter and fluff. Oh. See, my mom wouldn't buy that shit when we were young. My mom was kind of ahead of her time. Not kind of. She was very ahead of her time with eating healthy. Yeah. Is that right? Just dipping it. I can get behind that. It's a nice tart apple with some fluff on it. That's new to me, but I don't know what that is, man. I never tried that before. But yeah, I don't do it. I haven't done it in a long time, but because it was forbidden when I was young, that kind of stuff has a soft spot for me, right? And it's, no pun intended, on the fluff. Peanut butter fluff sandwiches were fucking tasty, right? Once in a while. A change from jelly, right? I'm not a huge. I don't do that much anymore. I don't make peanut butter jelly sandwiches anymore very often. Yeah, Granny Smith apple with fluff. See, sweetness offsets that tart. Yeah, whole wheat peanut butter bread and fluff. That's see. There's your health. You got the whole wheat bread. Make sure you get the whole wheat bread with your whipped sugar. Gary, what's up? Appreciate you. Yeah, trying to ramp up the social media efforts with the community groups. We're big into hands off. So this is a Southeast Wisconsin free thinkers. This is Southeast Wisconsin WI free thinkers. I didn't make this logo up; it's old, but I inherited this T-shirt because it's extra large, and I'm getting a little tubby, and laying around at night, I don't like it riding up on me. And I realized that. Oh man, it doesn't take much. I'm not a big guy, but large shirts are starting to be sketch for me, man. What's up? I can't even look at food. I get fucking fat. This guy's eating fluff on an apple. Fucking dude. Thanks, Carrie. Love you so much. Where you at? Give us something to talk about. I opened up the damn Reddit to see what's in, and I left the news on it here in the background. I'm thinking about like just opening up a living room set and turning the TV on and just sitting in there and heckling the fucking news as it comes up for ideas I want to talk about, man. Because honestly, it's just there's so much bullshit that you forget. But I forgot that Trump read the America reads the Bible. That's what started me on the Christian nationalism. I got to actually read Trump. America reads the Bible. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, and nor should it. All this fucking talk about the Ten Commandments. If the Ten Commandments are so bad, why are only two of them against the law? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. Only two of them. Stealing and killing. That's it. Everything else, pretty much everybody does all the time. Lying's like a sacrament. Do not bearing false witness means you don't rat somebody out to the cops for something they didn't do, right? And put them in like because you get killed for that in the day. Calling people witches, all of a sudden, no proof. No, you just called somebody a witch, and now they're dead because, yeah, that's a sin, all right? Okay, and perjury, right? That's that part of lying against. But in general, no, the fucking commander in chief, the pig in charge, the orange plague, the giant lump of shit that sits on the fucking resolute desk, shits on it, shits all over it. That fucking pig. Yeah, but I hear he's reading the Bible, right? Can't even read. The dude can barely read. um, but yeah, there's the people in charge of like this is our last vote, and the pig who's the fucking White House chief of staff. That fucking broad. That's who you need to be scared of. She doesn't want to be in the spotlight. Neither does fucking Vought or vote or whatever. Um, but if you're not watching The Boys, it's real, man. They really, it occurs to me that Vought and this vote, whatever, however he did Project 2025 Chooch, that literally sees himself controlling the minds of the country and hence enriching him and his cronies forever. You can't tell me he washes his hands. I don't feel like if he washes his hands, they go away. They're just so small. I don't know. He's worried about losing them down the drain. There's a G in there, isn't it, Voight? I think there's a G in it. You can't tell me that they didn't write The Boys with that in mind. That that's the guy behind it all who wants to make this country like that. And Trump is Homelander, right? He's just like a figurehead, right? Who they know he's charismatic enough and smart enough to have that cult of personality to lead the idiots down the primrose path. Behind Pan's pipes, right behind the Pied Piper, right? Come follow me over the cliff, right? I do kind of think the night was staged. I don't think it's a coincidence that the first time the president decides to show up at one of these things, something pops off. I'm a little bit baffled that the messaging doesn't seem to be, um, what we're really scared of. Like he's going to try to use this to fucking, implement martial law and take away the elections and stuff. To see how fucking awful. But it really does. It seems like he's trying to fucking use it to justify the ballroom, which I don't think he needs to do, does he? I don't. Of all the things that he's fucking pulled off, the ballroom, all right, we do kind of need a ballroom. It's wrong to have to put up tents. If you're the fucking United States, you have foreign dignitaries, you're throwing them in. There's just my problem with it is more like how he's going to decorate it. It's going to be a piece of living shit because the guy's got the taste of a fucking monkey. All that he's just off. Have you seen his place in New York? It's disgusting. It's this all the gold. It's just gross. He doesn't have any fucking taste or style. He's a pig. Yeah, spray paint gold fucking stuff and just over like ostentatious like baroque fucking furnishings and whatever. There's no clear video of what, Carl. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit. It's like, okay, this again, here we go again. Don't look at what I'm doing. Just whoa. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of that kid who like broke into a place and got caught, but then cut himself on the glass. So he like tries to get sympathy. Look at me, I'm hurt, right? So don't go as hard on me because I actually did it to myself because I punched a glass window in trying to break into the store. Woe is me. Liberace. Scott Clower, what's up? Liberace. Oh, Liberace's a fucking running gag around here. This Liberace photo, or did I take him out? I have a photo that I found in like a garage sale of Liberace in that Stars and Stripes outfit, just as well, I forgot I can't say certain words, but it's flaming, right? And it's just hysterical. And his one knee is up, and his hairy legs, and he's got these stockings. You've probably seen it. And he's carrying like a drum majorette's baton, and it's all, My mom had no clue he was gay, no clue, just no clue. Oh, he's such a showman. People who can use the word flamboyant and not and not really understand what that means. Wow, he was a flamboyant showman. That Liberace. Is that what he was? But that was the day, right? And don't ask, don't tell. And the thing is, it didn't really come into people's minds. You just keep yourself in the closet, act as straight as you can, and people don't assume. Oh, he's a bachelor. The old bachelor thing that always killed me, man. Well, see, again, I don't. If there's a bunker under it, the fact that there's not a bunker, a good modern bunker and safe room under the White House, that's just dumb. We have to have that. I don't know why the left needs to pick its fucking fight smarter. Honestly, let them build a ballroom, but look at where the money's coming from and bitch about the style of it. That's valid. It's gonna be our house, not his. Why does it got to look like his gross taste? I can't wait for future presidents to tear his ugly shit down. Tear it down. In this age of air traffic failure, they should name all the airports after him, just right now. Certainly made his mark, right? I don't know when are you going to feel good about flying again? Who the hell are you? Good morning, woke white man. What's up, woke white man? Love you. Abracadabra's here. One more. How many lavender marriages were boomers and silent? Oh my God! Please. Yeah, Rock Hudson, exactly. And it made a lot of sense. There was a lot of guys in the day. If you were that guy, remember Paul Lynde, how out he was just by his flamboyant nature and just by he was so Nelly and so animated and so over the top. It's like you didn't know. Nobody talked about it, but everybody in the world knew. And finally somebody said, I loved listening to his interviews later in life. Somebody asked him why he never got married, and he went, "What, do you live under a rock?" Well, I think they need a ballroom too, Sunshine. I just, that's it's dumb. It's America. Why they do like every country? If you have a place where dignitaries are coming and shit's popping off and you're having popping circumstances, you need an actual ballroom. It's weird that they didn't do that. I just, let's fight authoritarianism. Let's fight the consolidation of power around the executive branch, the the tearing down of the checks and balances, the inaction of Congress, the the blatant lying and misuse of government funds and military assets, the appointing of imbecile cronies, unqualified boobs, sycophants, lick spittles, bootlickers, and ass kissers, brown nosers, and sycophants. And how many words I can think of in 2 seconds for it. But yeah, yeah, I was reading one. Thanks, Wokewave. I was reading a nice article today. It's like people who spin him as dumb are not wrong. It's like us calling a cat dumb because it can't debate philosophy. Well, cats aren't supposed to debate philosophy. Sharks aren't supposed to commune with you on the language level. They're supposed to do what sharks do, right? And cats can jump 6 times their height, catch a hummingbird in midair, and land on their feet. You can't do that. Does that make you dumb? No, it makes you not a cat, right? So Trump, not dumb, uneducated, illiterate, and not a smart man in a lot of ways, but really fucking savvy when it comes to con mannery, and taking advantage of really credulous people who are hurt by a different system, you know. This latest attention grab is pathetic tantrum to distract. Yeah, can't disagree. Yeah, he just got no fucking taste. He's got the worst taste in the world. It's pathetic. But again, the bumpkins, the Trumpkins, the country Trumpkins that voted for him, they also don't have taste. So they're not gonna gripe. You know what? They're plowing under Jackie's uh, um, crabapple garden or cherry blossom garden. Good. People are crying about that. Like, no, 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 no. I'm a horticulturist. Jackie fucked up with that shit. She planted shit that doesn't grow here, that's not native, that gets fucking diseases, that's not meant to last in a crappy, ugly style. No, that thing needs to reflect modern horticulture. There's no sense in maintaining a legacy garden that's unhealthy and unsustainable just because Jackie O put it in. No, get the fuck rid of it. The problem is that he's going to replace it with some ugly piece of shit. He's probably like, oh, well, I need a goldberry bush and a gold tree and a golden rain tree and a gold drop. That's the issue. He's not going to do the right thing either. It needs to be an example of what we should be doing in the landscape, which is planting the native landscape again. I'm in the Midwest. It should all be prairie around me. There should be no turf grass. I give passes to golf courses because I love golf. I give passes to baseball fields. Other than that, there should be no grass. There should be no turf grass. It's unsustainable. You have to put chemicals on it and mow it and pollute the atmosphere just to keep it looking like you think you want it. And the only reason you think you want it like that is because of cultural conditioning. You were raised to think that that's pretty. And the people who started it in the middle class were raised to think that only rich people could have that because that's what the Vanderbilts put, or that's what the great estates of England have. They play croquet and go strolling on the mall. No, it's a man's attempt to control nature. And we have learned that nothing is a stupider and less effective approach. You can't fucking bring silkworm food to a different continent to grow silkworms. It's kind of a more complicated process than that, and you learn. You bring shit over, you fuck up big time. We lose whole species. We lose woodlands because natives take over. It's moronic. So, yeah, sorry, Jackie, but again, that people need to learn how to fight for the right thing. The White House should be planting a reflection of what the native landscape would have been in the Chesapeake Valley, in the Delta there. That's it. If you don't do that, you end up having to sustain it in an unnatural way, and that's not smart. That you leave that to the botanical garden. So you want to see a Japanese walled garden, or you want to go see an English knot garden or an Italianate Renaissance garden with statues in it. You go to a place that's designed to do that for your amusement. You don't fucking landscape the whole valley like that because you think it's better looking. any more than you try to make the ocean sweet water so we could all drink it, right? That's not the way the planet wants it. And doing what the planet doesn't want only leads to one thing: your destruction. You think that we're going to ruin the planet? No, 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 no. We're going to make it uninhabitable for humans, and then it's going to heal itself after it sloughs us off like so many dead skin cells. We have a plumber running the Homeland Security Department. Yeah, I wish you could flush out the fucking let that plumber actually drain the swamp. My guy. Soaring above tyranny. I love it. There's one for you. My guy Mike is on board. What's up, man? Mike is here. People that live around golf. Yeah, the pesticides are no good. That's that kind of crap. Woo. Mike, my guy, he's our number one guy, Mike. He's the administrator. Don't get out of line here. Don't be trolling. He'll get rid of you. Just use the press as a prop in a fake assassination attempt to get his ballroom. Why is the ballroom not being got? Is it installed somehow? That's what I was saying before, though. And thank you, Mama Jules. Mama Jules. That's what it seems like. That's what his. He's like, well, you see what happens. We need to be able to have these things in a. But isn't it already underway? Did they pull it somehow, or is it not being? I don't know. Can I stage an assassination attempt every time someone is mad at me? If you can, I suppose, go for it. It sounds like a lot of work, right? You need some shit. A lot of times you need a guy willing to pay the ultimate price, right? Like in Pennsylvania, right? Yeah, me, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a skeptic. And if you're not skeptical of this, like I said, you're a fucking. Oh, a judge halted it right now. Why? I feel like thank you, Sunshine Wildflower. Another one for you. If I didn't get you. Oh, they're blocking it in like the permit land is in Washington. Like, good. But jam him up as long as you want. I don't give a shit. He'll be out soon, and somebody else can take over and fucking fix it. Melt down all that gold and feed the poor, right? Do some fucking thing. Such an embarrassment. Literally. We already live in a fucking social democracy. And people cry about Marxism and socialism. It's like, no, just fucking stop. Stop with the fucking. This country's too rich to have people be sick. It is. There's no reason for it anymore. Rich people will still be rich if you make them pay more in taxes. They will. They'll still be rich. Ask the richest guy in Finland if he really hates paying all those taxes, or if he enjoys being the richest guy in Finland and doing everything he wants anyway, even though they take 80% of his money. 20% of 50 billion, it's gonna get you by. These fucking idiots with their unchecked capitalism creates a fucking underclass that's 80% of people, and now when they're gonna come and get what's theirs, the people on the I'm not, unless they can show me how they can pay for it, I'm not Mr. Progressive government, but I'd be willing to give them a shot if they can lay out a plan. AOC and these screeching fucking, the Marxists. You watched my live for 200 minutes. Oh, like forever? That's all right, man. Sweet. I don't know. All right. Somebody's. I would have thought it would have been more than that by now, but I guess doesn't add up as quickly as it does. Every time I go live, it's 90 minutes, isn't it? We appreciate you though, and keeping the combo going. Just Lucy over. I got two people on the tubes. Of course, and then clover lawns feed the bees. I've seen a lot of weed lawns in Chicago people because it's just a little yard. Who cares? Let it go to Creeping Charlie. Very common. And then it's got blue flowers and bees. You run out there barefoot, you might get stung by a bee, but you don't got to mow it. It never gets really tall. And it's really hard to kill. The chemicals, it's really hard to kill that shit. My kids missing, our bases are gone. My kids are missing, our bases are gone. I don't know what that means, bro. Maury, where's one for you, Maury? Well, see, that's the issue, Willard. Thank you, my boy. Bill Willard's with us. He's such an idiot. He probably cut corners. He got it paid for on the cheap, and now he's probably stiffing contractors again. And under-engineered and poorly designed. Yeah, all of that. Yeah, right. Okay, that's a reason. But yeah, if he staged this just for that, like I'm worried he's like gonna like, oh god, what did I say? What did I say? Visibility restricted. You know what? Fucking TikTok, suck a bag of schmicks, schmother schmuckers. Tom Terry, what's up, Tom Terry? But yeah, jump right from the Bible. Would love to see the the ratings. Man, a lot of people tune in for that. Yeah, those are the kind of people that watch like the preacher that comes on after CBS Sunday morning. Your local bullshit artist. And Jesus said scripture assures us and scripture and Jesus and scripture and here it says, yeah, that's a letter from one dude to another fucking cult 2,000 years ago. That's what you're reading like it was a dude's letter. A dude who had a stroke on the road, apparently. Grifter at the pulpit. Sounds like a damn movie. Debuting today. Donald Trump starring in Grifter at the Pulpit. Story of a man so morally bereft and bankrupt that he'd impersonate a preacher to make money. He screwed up the Kennedy Center too. Wow, the Kennedy was fucked up too. But again, if he doesn't do it right, which is what he does, right? You know, I hear Cash Patel is on the block. What did I call him? I had a funny nickname because we were thinking. Uh, I guess his girlfriend's a country singer or something. And maybe call him Johnny Cash Patel. It doesn't make any sense. But poor Johnny Cash. I shouldn't conflate the legend, the man, the legend. Another guy though that went Christian. Needed to get off drugs. Went Christian. Jesus, my drug now. I'll wear black because I wear black. I like me black. All that black, it makes me feel like wearing black. We used to, oh man, when Johnny Cash came on and did his turnaround thing, hello, I'm Johnny Cash. My mom came right in her pants. I mean, or my grandma, not my mom. My grandma, you could see her. She'd be, oh, that's Johnny Cash. Bing Crosby too. Oh, grandma shivered a little. There, Bing Crosby. Oh, Bing. I have to go to the bathroom. My husband is supposed to fix the truck and he's sitting on his ass. But why don't you launch that piece of shit? What's wrong with you? Get rid of that guy sitting on his ass. Fix the truck, man. What the fuck? You look like you're going to a funeral. Why? Oh, Johnny Cash. Love Kaylee. What's up? Love Kaylee. Kaylee. Stories change. That's true. That's the telephone game thing, right? Oh, my AI summer. I didn't see one. Debating the ethics of the White House Gardens gold themed design. Oh, is that what we did? You must have heard what I said about all the gold bushes. It's like a goldberry plant. Secret Service is screwed up too. They look like the Keystone Cops running around. I haven't watched a lot of footage of it, to be honest with you. It popped off last night, and I'm rewatching Game of Thrones with my girlfriend who's never seen it. I know. She has a lot of TV education to go. But we're getting her taught up. We're getting her taught up on the must sees in life. And so we took a break for some food, and then like she like doom scrolls real bad, right? So she's like, "Oh my god, something happened." So I put on the news to see what. Then it was just like, "What? Okay, really underwhelming, underwhelming." Looking for a bigger news story these days, my friends. I'm afraid to say. Um, Isn't the Kennedy Center closed because no longer? Yeah, they closed it, but I think it does need remodeled. If you look at pictures of the old seats, but yeah, I think that's probably part of it. Yeah, no one. He put Kiss in the fucking Kennedy Center and Sly Stallone. It's literally like great artist, Baryshnikov, Leonard Bernstein. Okay, Led Zeppelin, right? People who changed music. Kiss doesn't belong in the fucking Hall of Fame of wherever the fucking neighborhood they came from in New York. They don't belong in the Hell's Kitchen Hall of Fame, wherever the fuck they were from. They're terrible. Objectively terrible, a terrible band. But he likes them and they like him. Here they go. Now they're in the Kennedy Center. Literally, he's taken whatever the Kennedy Center used to stand for and turned it into fucking a joke. A joke. They had to pause for a photo shoot under the flag. Yeah, did they lift up Trump after the shots were fired? They lift him up once so we could be like, ugh. That's the one thing that makes me think the Pennsylvania thing was set up. Secret Service doesn't let you stand up for a photo op after that. There's bullets in the air. You realize that, right? Don't pick him up in the air and let him fucking no. That's some bullshit right there. Hijabi girl. Well, hey, we got hijabi girl on the Atheist Underground today. Oh, it's crazy. How's that hijabi? Oh, no miracle ear. Yeah, Reagan. Remember that? Remember the Reagan? That's on film, and it was like boom. His head was down. He was shoved. He probably got injured worse from getting shoved into this motorcade at his age than the took a 22 pellet, I think, to the chest. Reagan took that bullet like a fucking champ. Yeah. Didn't he? I think he actually got. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm getting old and time's going by. I think he took a bullet. Yeah, I can't wait to see who gets what. Their jobs are going to clean a house. You kidding me? It's like, you know what? When this is over, those people in the cabinet, Pentagon, an asshole fired the chief of the Navy, right, or some shit. Now he can't keep anybody around because they all tell him he's a douche and an idiot, which he is. The poor after these assholes are gone, they're going to really have to revamp military leadership because there's just idiots in charge because those are the only people that'll listen to idiots. And that's where we're living, folks. Welcome to the Idiocracy. Yes, we made it. I keep saying, I'm gone enough, but still, you know what? Things work out for me. I could have 30 years left to put up with this bullshit. So I can't stand it. I'm fighting it, man. I'm fighting it. Hexeth makes me wish for a high school jock. Thank you, Scott Clower. You're not wrong. He's like the bad jock. I knew jocks in my high school were fucking nice guys. Some of them were nice ass guys. Some of them were total Hexeth Jew douches. Keg's breath, douchebags. It vandalized everything. What did? Pedro Grateful. What's up, man? Excuse me while I think see YouTube, you can kind of do what you want, right? To a point. But yeah, I don't think they can just kick you off. But yeah, can't spark up here, boy. I'll tell you what. You've been kicked out. They gave you a test. No, they'll probably give me a test. You decide to pour yourself a Manhattan and drink it on TikTok. Is this prohibited or not? And it was just like, and you got to guess right. Oh, another one. No. See, I think they caught me. I think they saw a violation warning. I can be kicked off anytime now. Yeah, that's weird. I don't feel like they saw that. Evander Holyfield got his ear bit, and he has more damage than Trump's, which got shot. That doesn't make sense. Well, I don't know. You could potentially get grazed just a tiny bit by a bullet, and not have. I mean, get a human bite on your ear. That's nasty. That's nasty. You don't want to get bit by anybody, let alone Mike Tyson. Although he probably didn't eat a lot of pork since he went Muslim. I don't think he probably didn't eat. So maybe you're safe from trichinosis. Well, that's what Trump's a vandal. I mean, that's literally what he is. He goes in and he breaks shit, creates chaos, forces people to be on his side so that they're not a victim of whatever chaos he is. That's the only thing they have is being on his side, and making sure you stay in favor with the agent of chaos. It's anyone's best hope. So all these little countries that he shoves around, They don't have any choice, right? What are they going to do? You have to. Yeah. Yeah, but human bites are nasty. I'd rather get bit by any animal, just about, man. Human's mouth famously full of bacteria and nastiness. Ling a ling. Let's see what else is on that. Oh, I wanted to read this. A Satanist won a religious exemption from the bathroom. A Satanist just won a religious exemption for bathroom access in school. A Colorado school district caved after the Satanic Temple used a legal playbook favored by the Christian right. This is the genius of the Satanists and Lucian Greaves. Douche, but man, has he fucking got it. He has got it going on the right. He is on the right side of this. I'm not going to subscribe to the guy's like I've interviewed the guy 10 times, but I got to subscribe to his fucking blog. A high school student in Colorado is Hemant Mehta, the friendly atheist. Hemant Mehta, if you haven't followed him, he's a good one to follow for shit that's right wing watchdoggery and victories again from fringe religions that fight the Christian right with their own weapons. A high school student in Colorado just obtained a religious accommodation to get around what she claims are her district's restrictive bathroom access rules. But we're not talking about a Christian student complaining about transgender students using the facilities or anything like that. She's a Satanist. The issue dates back to February when the Elizabeth School District introduced a system called Minga that essentially offers digital hall passes. It tracks students who leave their classes to go off campus or to go to the bathroom. Students sign out on their own, and the system logs where they're going and how long they're gone. Pretty obvious tech innovation for schools these days. As just about any teacher can tell you, there are always students who insist they need to go to the bathroom during your time together, who leave class much longer than they should be gone, who might lie about where they're going or what they're doing, etc. Trying to manage all that while respecting students' rights is always a predicament, understandably, especially when there's no paper trail and every school has different ways of dealing with students who abuse the bathroom privilege. The Minga system is meant to take that pressure off teachers while still offering accountability. It also allows schools to know where students might be in case of emergencies. All right, there's a good side, there's a dark side. In February, Michelle Thompson, mother of a student, told the school board she was concerned about how Minga would impact kids' physical health, overall well-being, and dignity because it was already denying students, including her daughter, the ability to go to the bathroom when needed. Our child's ability to independently meet a basic biological need has effectively been restricted. I guess because the Minga system can deny the pass that you're looking for. I'm not sure what that's about. She added that even though she was assured parents would have the right to opt their kids out of the Minga system, the district's administration was denying her that option. So that she was told parents could opt out, but now being denied opting out. So, this is, and now here's the dark side, right? The district didn't budge. So in March, Matt Kajaya, a lawyer for the Satanic Temple, sent a letter to the district demanding Thompson's daughter, ST, be allowed to opt out of the system. Oh, ST is the initials they use for the girl. They specifically said she was denied the ability to leave class even though she was on her period. By its very nature, this is a quote now from the lawsuit, I want to say, by its very nature of the letter, the Minga system requires ST, this is the young lady, to subordinate her bodily needs to institutional permission and surveillance. On Mondays, all requests to use the bathroom are denied. The bathroom is available to only 3 children at a time and then only for up to 5 minutes under threat of forcible removal by a security guard. On February 2nd, these restrictions caused ST to have a bleed-through accident because she was unable to tend to her menses. This caused such embarrassment that she now refuses to use the restrooms while at school. One reason bathroom requests might be denied on Mondays is because there's a shortened class schedule that day. All right, but no bathroom at all. The Satanic Temple pointed out that Thompson had repeatedly asked the district for religious accommodation, but she was denied, something administrators can only do if they have legal and compelling reason to do so. The lawyer demanded to know those reasons. As you hold the burden of justifying the refusal of a religious accommodation, please respond with a statement of all compelling interests requiring the district to refuse Ms. Thompson's demanded religious accommodation, as well as a statement of those facts. Yada yada. At the heart of the argument was the claim that Thompson and her child were Satanists, and so this wasn't some made-up excuse. They even had a faith-based rule that allowed them to get around the Minga system, the same rule Satanists have tried to use to get around abortion restrictions. Ms. Thompson is raising her child in beliefs and practices of the Satanic Temple as part of this religious upbringing. The third tenet of the Satanic Temple's 7 fundamental tenets are: one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. So it's about bodily autonomy, which is a satanic tenet of the religion, and which should be of all religions, right? Pursuant to the third tenet, TST's adherents believe that natural bodily functions are sacred, and any institutional efforts to control those sacred functions should be resisted. The bathroom monitoring system interferes with the plaintiff's adherence to the third tenet and requires accommodation. And it worked. I won't read any more of that, but it worked. So, again, there you go. I don't know. The bathroom thing, give me a fucking break. What's with people? As long as the stalls are secure, maybe make them go all the way to the floor a little bit better. But if you're in the bathroom and you can't wash your hands next to somebody else in a locker room, but you have your own stall where you can get naked, and maybe they're a little nicer, a little bigger, mirrors in them, whatever you need. But if you're such a fucking namby-pamby that you can't share a bathroom with anybody, these days I got no fucking love for you. Okay, don't shower in front of people. Okay, separate showers, whatever. But in terms of just going to take a shit or a piss, get the fuck over yourselves, Puritans. I'll share a bathroom with any motherfucker. I don't give a shit. I'm like my dad now. I'm like, he wants to look at this. That's on you, man. I'm a fucking flabby old man. You want to fucking eyeball me? That's how you got. Everybody's got to get to sleep tonight, man. Yeah, that's the thing with the war, right? He's so mad that they won't help him in Europe. I'm like, it didn't need done. Anything didn't need done till you started it. It's like he fucking starts a fire, and they're like, why won't anybody help me put it out? They're jerks to me. Why? You think they'd want to? It was working fine for everybody, tool. A heated debate on politics, culture, and celebrity joined the conversation. Thanks, AI. That's the best summary we've had. Yep. Kids don't shower after PE anymore because nobody wants to know. Anybody might have something down there you didn't think, right? Dating's a grab bag. Take it from a single dude. Dating is a grab bag these days, my friend. Literally. Tried to go to third base on a girl the other day and grabbed bag. Hey, man, you know what? Doubles your options out there, right, my friends? You know what? Whenever people say, would you ever do a trans girl? Would you ever do a trans woman? I always have one answer. How hot are they? Holy fuck. Pretty sure I have at this point, by not necessarily a purpose, Remember, they're not boot washing. What? Don't know what that means, my friend. Soaring above tyranny. I like that name. Silver the Wordsmith jumping on. What's up, my guy? Yeah, I'm on the tube too. So we got to click back over there. Oh, thanks, Bohemian, for filling up that comment column. Yeah, they were black to represent us, right? They had going over here. Comes here doesn't have any damage. Okay, I love that. The best looking part about him at this point is his scurvy fucking ear. Also, Trump never shuts up about people he doesn't like. He never mentions Pennsylvania. Yeah. You like Hammett? Yeah. Yeah, Hammett's all right. He's he's too woke for me in the end. But like I said, he's right down the road. been with him many times and interviewed him a couple. And yeah, I could hit him up. Um, but I think he doesn't understand. He's really, really right about most of the stuff he writes about, but I don't think he understands how violently offensive the woke left is, and that adherent to that adherence and cleaving to that side of things that extremely is not the way to win the middle back. Um, Man, my buddy Hennett, love you, man. He's a great place to go. His blog. I do encourage anybody with actual money to subscribe because he works hard at it and he makes his living at it now. He was able to switch over to full time atheism, which is pretty fucking cool. Oh, the pissing trough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great. That's gross. The old pissing trough. That's from the day, right? You go to Wrigley Field in the day, and there's 50 guys just letting out 8 beers, right? All in a huge trough there. And then there's like the trough hand washers ones, right? Where more than one person can kind of get in that. Have you seen this thing? There's one at the Woodman's in Kenosha, and it's honestly, and it's kind of low. And I'm not sure if it's just if it's a piss trough or a hand washing station. I just leave it alone, man, because I don't want to make either mistake, quite honestly. But those are weird. Yeah, I wish to make all bathrooms have fucking stalls that are, you know. A good idea would be to put like individual music or white noises things in the stall so people don't even hear you beef out, right? That's what you're gonna man, like, women don't want to go in a men's room where dudes are just sick, right? I mean, I've never been. You ever go to the restrooms on the highway, man? They all smell like somebody's been pissing on the floor all day. I don't care how new clean they are, man. Woo, Indiana especially. It's like okay, I get it. Yeah, women probably take care of certain parts of the hygiene world in public bathrooms a little better, but again, not necessarily. It's hard to paint with that brush because I remember working in the state forest. Women were worse because they didn't want to touch anything. They would literally like stand over the seat. They were built so there was like an outhouse where like a shelf, right? You could stand and never touch anything with anything. You just get up there and pull your pants down and kind of squat a little bit. And then there's shit all over the seat, right? It was absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. And women do that, and men don't do that. Men are more likely to just like miss the toilet, right? On purpose standing there with pee. But, if you got to, you line that toilet with paper, right? Love how this conversation went down, right? See, men will do that. They just like fucking get the toilet paper or those seat protectors, put two of them down. Get your business done quick. And oh man, nobody wants to touch any of that porcelain. Let me tell you what. You want to flush right away because crabs can pole vault. Don't throw your toothpicks in the toilet. The old pedal valve. Yeah. Women's locker rooms make guys look like Felix Unger. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. But in terms of the shitter itself, I feel like women have to sit on it more. So they, in general, if it's their place, especially, they'll clean the shitter more. Whereas men are like they'll let the shit. But everything else, I agree. Women are slobs, man. In my estimation, I've lived with women. I've lived with men. Women will put shit anywhere when they come home. Coat goes flying there, keys go there, purse goes there. Men might be not neat, but they got a place where their shit goes, and they don't really like get away from that a whole lot. Yeah, I've never, but yeah, yeah. I think men can put up with gross toilets more than women. But definitely in most, if it's not theirs to clean, they'll fuck it up for you. Fuck it up. Remember Crocodile Dundee? Two Dunnies. One Dunny. This is for washing your backside. This is the bidet. They stick used napkins on the walls of the stall. Like used sanitary napkins? What are we talking about? Had the big trough, the old Tampa Bay Bucks stadium. Yeah. Well, I get it. If it's a men's room and dudes are just letting go of beer, it's like you kind of need to make it efficient. But still, I think we're just kind of society's moving. The millennials don't want to show someone else their wang in a back in my day, nobody really gave a crap. But these days, these milk toasts that they're raising up, Gen Z, Gen A, they're like, Yeah, no, I believe that. Are you female soaring above tyranny? Is that how you know all this? But yeah, no, I think that's probably true. Um, RFK, well, if he didn't, now he wants to. He may have done a few lines on it. Uh, the soap dispenser on the wall station. Sebastian Vicious 2. Sebastian Vicious 2. Oh! Why does the men's room need urinals? Because they're easier to not miss. You know, toilets get terrible because men don't pay attention to those last dribbles, hit the rim, and then go down the front of the pisser. At least with a urinal, you can run in and mop right in front of it and not have to fucking get down and like that. To me, I mean, and then you're freeing up space, right? Because dudes will go in there and take 16 minutes to take a shit, you know, and then you can't. If it was all stalls in the men's room, they'd always be full with some dude taking his shit and it can't come out, and so then dudes would be hopping around. But no, I think urinals are was a necessary sanitary invention for sure. It just made it easier for cleanup and not guys the nature of the way that guys do that. Uh, and in Thailand and places like that, they just shove a big thick bamboo rod in the ground, right? And you just sidle on up there, pick the one that's at your height. They'll put a few out there, you know. Hmm. Lay your carrot right in that tube, piss right into the sand. Libya, I think, is where we did because everything is sand, but they don't have bamboo, and I had to be Thailand. It's bamboo. Uh, kiss the walls. Ooh, Billy, hanging out in women's restrooms, watching people kiss the walls to get the lipstick off. That's disgusting. I'm male, never used an open restroom. Yeah, yeah. You mean like a open to both? But you said women's bathrooms. You didn't. Oh, you mean like one that was open and you slipped in there? Yeah, once in a while I have done that. Yeah, and that's again, people are getting bolder with doing that. Just so they make someone watch the door, right? Or if it's just an opener one. But have your female friends? Yeah, I have a friends with irritable bowel and colitis and Crohn's and stuff, and you can't like wait sometimes, and then they're like, I gotta use the men's. Somebody watch, right? But yeah, I suppose. But like I said, I worked in the state forest where we needed to clean outhouses and restrooms. I didn't know. I know, and women have told me, they're like, no, no, I don't. Are you kidding me? I just stand on the side of the seat and go for the hole. And good luck to everybody. Yeah, bamboo slayer. I don't know how I feel about that. Especially if you got a chode and it's kind of rubbing the sides. They get big bamboo. They use big ones. But yeah, ooh, bamboo sliver. That's like a torture thing right under the fingernails. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, you were a custodian of public high school. You find out. Yeah, yeah. But then again, we did stupid shit in high school. You trying on purpose to pee as far as you can away from the urinal. So no matter what, at the end you're gonna get a stripe out. But I don't know. If you have a penis, it's hard to where you're growing up. At least it's hard to resist the temptation to at least try that. You got to try. How far can I pee? Come on. How far can I spit? How far can I pee? Sorry, gals. There's a penis envy thing. You have penis envy. It's because of things like that. Being able to piss behind. I'll piss anywhere. Can't lie. Well, I got the little bladder. I'm on my way to Depends myself. After the colon cancer. Yeah, the old valve doesn't work like it used to. I'll tell you what. I'm drinking with a cap on now. Really losing it. Yeah, well, this was a lot of toilet talk today, a lot of potty talk today, people. A lot of fun. I'm gonna blast off though. It's been an hour. Love you guys. Oh, I'm gonna get on with actually making some social media content today. We started an Instagram for the Hands Off Canusha page. Got to work on that crap. Got to work on figuring out making a YouTube for that too, because it'll be Flag Day again pretty soon. It'll be the orange pig. It'll be Agent Orange, the national pig, the first felon, the great confabulator. It'll be his birthday again. I think we're gonna throw a mock birthday party with him. Who you like invite guests to his birthday party? Be like Putin, the Saudi Arabia guy that cuts heads off. Creeps. Musk maybe comes and goes from the party. I don't know. And then we'll open it up to people from the public can bring him gifts. Yeah, because it's funny. We got like a dummy of Trump. We got like a fat suit that I stuff and put the mask on it and stuff. So that's probably what that's gonna be. Love you. One more for you, Bohemian. Love you guys a long time. I will see you next week, if not before. Oh no. He did fall asleep at his own party. Hey, Bob from Germany's with us. I'm getting off, Bob. I'm about to hit the button. We love you guys. You're in stream. Bye, Luce.